Hey guys, and welcome back to the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is Arctic Shadow, and I'll be bringing you the rest of the cast of today. I believe Babel will be joining me tomorrow. I did get confirmation from him earlier on. He is here on site at the Singapore, but I think he's not casting today as he feels a little bit out of the meta. But hopefully he will join me tomorrow. Earlier, we just saw GDG9 taking first game against the Resistance. They are 1-0 up now in their first matchup. I believe the second game's draft is ready, so let's take a look at what's going on here. It is going to be Sky Temple, I believe, here between these two teams. Nothing is popping out right now, Mr. Admin. There's nothing popping up on my screen in terms of draft or maps or anything. I just see this. But anyway, yep. So if you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is the C Regionals happening here, where eight teams are. Oh, hi, it's me again. Okay, anyway, but the 8 teams are playing it out for that top placing to represent Southeast Asia in the C Regionals happening sometime next month. So there's lots to play for. The top 3 teams of each group will advance into the playoffs tomorrow, with the top seeds going into the winners bracket, while the bottom 2, second, third, will move on into the lowest bracket. So that top seeding of each group is extremely, extremely important. Right now, in this group up here, is GDG9 against the Resistance. Earlier on, we saw Sabun beating out Resurgence, so they are currently top of the group with 3 points. But things are definitely going to change soon. So going straight into the draft, as it does look like it's almost about to be done, in fact. Illidan and Tasada are going to be the bans by the Resistance yet again. We saw the same bans coming out from them the previous matchup, so they just don't like the Illidan and the Tasada, I guess. And over on GDG9, they do ban out the Greymane as well as the Fausta. No Sonya being picked up by the Resistance just yet, which seems to be a strong Filipino thing. GDG9, on the other hand, picking up the Muradin, Tiranda, Liming, and Tychus. So they do have the front line in Muradin, and as I mentioned earlier, we've seen solo support Tirandas before that have not worked out because it just doesn't deal enough healing when you pick up a Tiranda for sure. So I do expect them to pick up a stronger hard support. Rhaegar is still very much in the pool, so I expect them to pick up maybe a Rhaegar, or they might even go for that Kharazim again. But right now, they do have the Muradin, Tiranda, Liming for that burst, along with the Tychus. They have quite a bit of DPS on their side right now. Hopefully, they will be able to pick themselves up a nice final solo support. Taking a look at the red side though, the Resistance, their lineup for now is Zul, Thrall, ETC, Uther, and Kiltas. They do have the Uther yet again. They seem to like the Uther quite a bit, though we did see the Uther getting taken down pretty early in those clashes in the previous matchup. So his positioning needs to be slightly better. He's been going too up front to get off those stuns, but I think that, you know, when you're going up against a Tiranda in this matchup, especially when you're going up against a Tiranda and the Liming, it's going to be, you have to be playing really, really cautiously for yourself for sure. But right now, Rhaegar is going to be the final pick for GDG9. Called it, guys. So they will have the Rhaegar, Muradin, Tiranda, Liming, and Tychus. A pretty similar lineup to the one that they had in the previous matchup, just swapping out the Rhaegar for Kharazim, and this time picking up the Liming instead of the Kiltas. Kiltas actually going the other way over onto the Resistance. So I'm liking GDG9's draft right now. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a slightly more solid lineup compared to the Resistance when you're going up against, but though the Resistance does have a strong lineup themselves, but I just feel like GDG9 is the slightly stronger draft and team in this matchup. They did come from the winners. They did come in as the first seed from the Thailand group, whereas the Resistance actually coming in second place in the Philippines, losing out to Renovatio 1. So I think GDG9 has it here in this matchup. We should be able to see the execution done a little bit better. So do expect that. So again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is the C Regionals. Guys, make sure you guys check out Twitter as well. Do tweet at us HGCSEA. I think we are still doing our Twitter shoutouts, right? Yeah, so we're still doing our Twitter shoutouts, guys. So do head over and tweet at us HGCSEA, and your tweet could be featured on stream. Shout out to your mom, your parents, your favorite players, your team, what country you're from, whatever it may be. Just make sure you tweet at us, and your tweet could be featured on the stream. Right now, GDG9 up 1-0 against the Resistance. Tell us your predictions in the Twitch chat. Who do you think will win? Who do you think is going to take this matchup between these two teams? Who do you think has the better draft? If you agree or disagree with the points that I've made so far, do let me know in the Twitch chat. I do read them after each game, so it is good insight for myself, and it's always fun to read up on certain things that you guys actually say. But right now, just waiting for the teams to join up here between GDG9 and the Resistance. As mentioned, the map is going to be the Sky Temple. I'll try to get some results happening from the other brackets and the other groups in the other matchups for you guys as we go along. Or maybe later on, might be able to get an interview with one of the Resurgence or the Relics players. As I did mention, I am on site here at Singapore. So hopefully we'll be able to get a short interview with maybe some of the Relics or Resurgence players later on stream. So do stay with us for that. I'll keep you guys updated, as I mentioned earlier, with induced with all these things. Babel, of course, will be joining me for the cast tomorrow. For you Babel fans, we will see Babel back in action tomorrow. Casting alongside me. Well, more of me casting alongside Babel. So right now, I believe all players have joined up in the matchup. So we're just going to wait for them to pick up their heroes and join up and start in on the game. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is the C regionals happening right now. I believe the New Zealand and Australia regionals happened last week. I'm not too sure about the other regions as well. Have they finished off their regionals? But yeah, all these teams are playing for a chance at DreamHack happening in 2 weeks' time. So that is going to be the Sky Temple as we are in the loading screen. As you can see here, some quick shout out to our sponsors. Razer, our official peripheral sponsor, along with XSplit, our official streaming partner. Without them, guys, we wouldn't be able to bring you this live broadcast on site here as well. So big shout out to our sponsors, and thank you so much for sponsoring the tournament. I've been casting the entire series throughout all the regions and all the finals so far. So do bear with me. As you can hear, my voice is starting to crack a little bit under all the amounts of casting that I've been doing over the weeks. So here on the blue side, we are going to have GDG9. RYL going to be playing his Muradin yet again. Abruzzi on the Rhaegar. Error is going to be on his Li Ming. Mary Knox on the Tyrande. And Leona X going to be playing the Reyna. Over on the red side, though, Shoddiness going to be on the Keltas. Azurai on the Zul. Misery Prox is going to be playing the Thrall. Milof's Poro is going to be on the ETC, and 4 is going to be on his Uther yet again. As now a Sentinel will be, in fact, be able to scout them out as the red team actually retreats back a little bit, the Resistance not actually going for that watch point. And it is GDG9 who will pick it up first, in fact. Sentinel again going to be used to try and scout them out a little bit. Milof's Poro, though, has to be careful. Going to run into RYL, who does get the Stormbolt off, along with a Tyrande's stun. But Mary Knox will get rooted out there, and that's going to force the blue side to back off. Red team, though, Thrall now making his way towards that top lane. Red side clearing out the middle wave and then rotating towards that bottom. We do have the Keltas, so with those flame strikes, he will be able to clear out those creep waves really, really quickly. Now Milos Poro, ETC could be in some trouble here. Gets stunned out, but nice juke there. Juking out the Tyrande's stun, and will be able to get away to safety. Zul at that middle lane has to be careful going up against this blue side too. It does look like they themselves are rotating quite a bit. Top lane, we are going to see Thrall going up against Li Ming. I do expect Thrall to have a pretty decent time against Error. We do see a chain lightning coming out here as they try to harass him down a bit, but he's going to have to back off here after using the Wind Fury to give him some movement speed to get out of there. Now the first set of Sky Temples are going to spawn. They are always the same. It's going to be the middle and the top Sky Temple. I believe it is the snake and the... I don't know what that is. I don't really know actually all the names of the temples, but it's going to be the top and the middle temples that will be activated here. Era could be in some trouble himself. Nice blink away there to evade Milov's Poro's power slide. So it does look like they are just going to trade off in terms of those Sky Temples. But I don't agree with what the blue team is doing here. Zul is pushing down the bottom lane, and they are losing out on quite a bit of soak at that bottom. Muradin, though, making his way towards that bottom. But it does look like he just turns around and heads back towards that middle lane. After Zul pushed out the lane, that's going to give them a slight XP advantage to Resistance. Milov's Poro now going to run into that Rhaegar. They're just having a little bit of a skirmish, a melee skirmish. She's going to be able to power slide away, though, back to safety. Kilta's going to clear up the minion wave at that middle. In fact, no, actually it's going to back off and try hit towards that siege camp. And he's going to deal with that siege camp probably. Nope, actually makes another U-turn and hits back towards the lane. So he's just a bit confused now, as he's actually just going bottom for that siege camp. Thrall at the top going up against Rhaegar. Rhaegar's going to have a really hard time against Misery Procs, in fact. So has to be careful. They will be able to pick up on these two siege minions here. That's going to help them push down the bottom lane. Zul is there as well with the pushing potential that Zul has. The blue side will have to deal with it quite a bit throughout the entirety of this match. Here we see again the Kiltas coming with the Flame Strike, going to connect onto the Creep Wave along with Leona X, and he throws out the Living Bomb too. Serena has to be careful. We'll have to back off here. They will be able to deal with these siege minions relatively easily. Let's look, the rest of the blue team are converging in on his bottom though. We see the Dwarf Toss in with the Stormbolt in onto Kiltas along with the Hunter's Mark. Down goes the Kiltas. Not going to be able to be kept alive with that Uther, as he does not have the level 10 for the Divine Shield just yet. Top lane, you know, these two heroes still going at it against each other. Abruzzi playing really aggressive against this Thrall, who isn't able to keep up for now. But with those Chain Lightnings and with the Wind Furies, he's going to have quite a bit of sustain for himself due to his trait, of course. Abruzzi, though, with being a healer, he should be relatively fine himself. Bottom lane now, Azurai going to be able to push out the creep wave again. He is a Zul, and then starts rotating towards the middle, while ETC rotates back to help his team, as the solo temple is going to activate at the bottom lane. Who's going to be able to get control of this? That is the question. It does look like ETC is heading towards the top. Has to clear out this siege wave minion. It does look like Zul is in fact going to be the one to do so, as the rest of the red side is heading towards that bottom. RYL is already there on that Muradin to capture the Sky Temple and get off a bunch of ammo points and lasers to try and do a bit of damage to those buildings. That's like the red side is just going to give this up though. Li Ming at the middle, almost getting caught off there. Will be able to teleport back to safety, and she should be fine behind those walls. It does look like the Resistance is just going to give this Sky Temple away. I'm not too sure if I agree with that, but I guess it's fine for now. Zul is at the top lane pushing it down though as well. So that's going to help them a little bit, but I definitely don't agree with just giving away the Sky Temple. Abruzzi just doing his job, controlling that. Middle side now, Milov's Pro taking quite a bit of damage with the Arcane Orb connecting as well. Gonna have to back off behind his own walls, and he should be fine for now. Gonna have to hit towards no wells actually, no moon wells available for him to tap, except back at his base, which is what exactly he is going to do. Zul now rotating towards the middle lane as well, to try and set his sights on pushing down those lanes ASAP. Bottom side though, we do see Rhaegar. He could be in some trouble. Here comes the Hammer Justice, but that's going to be all. No follow-up there by Shardiness, as he did use a couple of his Flame Strikes to clear out the minion wave. Milov Poro trying to set something up here in the brush is in fact actually going to back off. Does not want to overcommit that. The Sentinel going to scout out the Kiltas, as the blue side again just hit backs into their camps to get off a couple of siege minions for themselves too. So the game's slowing down a little bit. Level 10 now going to be achieved by GDG9, slightly ahead of the Resistance. They are in fact still there though, but we still see them trying to take advantage of this as they go in with the Dwarf Toss. Here comes the Phoenix, going to be thrown out. Sundering as well, going to be thrown out on 3. Here comes the Tyker's Drill, drilling down onto the Misery Procs, taking quite a bit of damage. Azura himself, an ETC in the front lines, going to get taken down. Divine Shield going to be thrown out onto Thrall. Arcane Orb going to connect onto him, but Era taking quite a bit of damage himself. himself, but they won that 4. But the Uther is going to be able to successfully defend himself and get away. They do get 2 though, in the form of ETC as well as that Zone. That's going to further extend their lead in terms of that EXP. Thrall is just going to hit his way towards the top lane, continue pushing it out. They do have the fort down though. So the blue side, 2 sets of siege camps for the red team to deal with at this bottom, and that should be pretty easy pickings for Kiltas though. Along with Zul, they do have the Zul too. Top lane Thrall against that Tychus is going to be fine. He's going to back off. Again, next set of Sky Temples are going to spawn up here. Will we just see a trade again coming out from both sides? As we do see the red side, the Resistance is taking control of the middle one. RYL now coming in, trying to stop this out a little bit. He is going to be able to stop it out for now. Here comes Error as well. Bottom lane, we do see Rhaegar there. They don't have their second support, their full support. Azurai now taking quite a bit of damage. Will be able to lead to safety on his Zul. But has to be careful right now, and the whole red team is making their way towards that area. Arcanon again going to connect on 2. RYL trying to do as much damage as he can via this Sky Temple. Azurai pushing in, power slide in now onto that RYL. Mages are going to be used to block them out a little bit as well. But the Dwarf Toss along with the Avatar are going to be enough to secure his safety back to his lines. He's going to be able to tap on his Moonwell. And he's going to be able to hit back into the fray of things. Now Stormbolt in. Divine Shield going to be thrown out as well. Sundering going to be used yet again, as now Muradin taking quite a bit of damage. Phoenix now going to be thrown out here. Muradin has to be careful. They don't have their Rhaegar available to help them, but they seem to be doing a good job nonetheless. They do have the Tyrande to keep the heals up in contact. But here comes the Rhaegar, ready to help them out, and they will in fact be able to get control of those final Sky Temples, and they will lose all their outer forts. The Resistance, they are lacking behind right now, and GDG9 are in a good position to take this win 2-0 and move them leveled on points with Sabun Gaming in their respective group. This is not looking too good for the Resistance, but they definitely can still come back from this. They are only a level behind, but GDG9 again playing it really, really well thus far, as they are pushing forward now. 4 going for this siege camp. It does look like RYL will be able to spot him out. Shardiness is going to be joining in on this. GDG9 will try to set something up here now. Thunderclap going to connect in along with the stun here. Zul could be in some trouble himself. He's going to have to back off as quickly as he can, and in fact he will be able to do so. Rhaegar's slow totem not going to be able to slow him out, and Azurai will have to hurf back to heal up. It does look like Muradin wants to go for this camp. ETC though, he is lurking in the wave, and we're looking in the background. He is going in here. Stormbolt now up onto Milo's Pearl as he gets pushed back. Wave of Force actually being picked up by that Li Ming and not the Disintegrate, which is interesting. I'm really curious about Li Ming's build right here. He goes with the Arcane Orb with the Magic Missile build, but he picks up the Wave of Force instead of the Disintegrate. So not too sure if I agree with it. I think Disintegrate would have been much better here for his team, for her team, because I just think it does a lot more damage. And now we see Milo's Poro going in with the nice power slide. Going to get off a good Mosh Pit connecting on 2, but Tyrande was not caught in there, and he gets out the stun. Divine Shield a little bit too late, and really unfortunate for the Resistance. Just a bit of miscommunication there, as a nice Mosh Pit was actually used out. If the Divine Shield was thrown out in time, they would have been able to get off possibly a 2-hero kill. Unfortunately for them, they will not be able to do so, as now they start rotating around. Temples are about to activate here, both at the top and the bottom lane, and usually in this scenario, you just trade off those Sky Temples. Now the blue side, GDG9 just finishing off a couple of siege camps, as well as RYL again being such a nuisance towards this red team, stopping them again from getting off their own set of siege camps. I think they should be fine though. Arcane Orb now going to connect onto Misery Procs, as he goes in, trying not to allow the minions to be leashed out. Again, there's no Mosh Pit available on ETC, so they have to be careful. No Divine Shield available as well. RYL goes in, uses the Avatar. Mage is good by Zul, going to be used to try and zone them out. So a bit of a misplay there by RYL, just trying to stop that out for a little bit too long. And we'll have to Dwarf Toss back to safety. Hurf's in the middle of the street. I don't think he's actually going back. He should be fine there. As the Sky Temple now is going to be controlled by the blue side. The red team wants to defend this though. They want to go in for the kill here. Stormbolt now going to connect onto Troll. ETC going to get stunned up by Tyrande himself. Power Slide in, connecting on 2 along with the Tornado. RYL taking quite a bit of damage on that Murad. They will have to back off for safety for now. Now with the Dwarf Toss in with the stun going to be thrown out onto that Thrall. Divine Shield going to be used, and there goes the Sundering. Connecting on 3 now here. Abruzzi could be in some trouble himself. Will be able to keep himself alive. No Ancestral Healing used just yet. Divine Shield not going to be there. Uta is going to fall. Kiltas is going to fall in the backlines too. And they get 2, the GDG9, and now they are going to go for the boss. In fact, not going for the temple just yet. They want to pick up on this boss and probably go for the temples after. But really well played by GDG9 thus far. They are getting full control of this game so far. They will pick up the boss and probably head towards that bottom Sky Temple to finish it off. As well as the top one just about started. They can actually make their way towards that area to stop out the push as well. Rhaegar is just going to finish off the final few pokes of this ammo. And they should be fine there, as you can see. He's going to back off. The blue side does look like they just want to push along with this boss though. Some of them are rotating towards the top. It's just a solo Zul who is in fact going to actually get away, and the blue side should be able to get control of that with that final bit of ammo for themselves too. Because the red team does have to deal with this boss who is probably going to take down this keep. Or maybe not, I'm not too sure. It depends on the damage that he can actually dish out here. Just a few last hits. In fact, will not drop the keep. Really unfortunate there for the blue side. But they are definitely still ahead in this game now. A level ahead over on Team Resistance. So the Resistance now trying their best to get to that level 16 mark so they can be level on those talent tiers. They are not too far away, just a couple more soak and they should be fine. Error there, actually missing out his magic missiles, as you can see. Again, I'm really interested in this Li Ming's build, going with a huge magic missile lineup and then picking up the Wave of Force. I just feel that's a little bit weird. If you're going to play from afar, I think you should have just picked up the Disintegrate instead of the Wave of Force. But maybe it's just a zoning thing. And that's the reason why he picked up the Wave of Force. Across the other boards though, I do see the Thrall going with the Chain Lightning build. He is going the more AoE and poke build. Uta going with a typical support build. ETC with a typical tanky build as well. So nothing that stands out too much here from neither side. Kiltas actually going with the more Verdant Sphere build, so not going too greedy there. As now the bot. Yeah, so they are pushing down the middle lane. We'll be able to take out the keep. I guess you can say the Wave of Force is probably to counter out the ETC Mosh Pit. But I think they do have enough stuns there, you know, in the form of Tyrande and Muradin to cancel it out as well. But I guess, yeah, it is a good counter too, but I don't know. I still prefer Disintegrate to do the damage. If you can burst him down quickly as well, I think it's okay, but it's definitely not a bad talent to pick up nonetheless. So both teams now still leveled on leveled on talents. The blue side are about 2 levels ahead, 1.5 levels ahead in fact, with the next temple about to be activated again at the top lane. That's probably where the next clash is about to break out, and it is time for the Avatar going to be used here by RYL. No Ancestral Healing just yet. Finally is going to be used to pop him right back up. Living Bomb going to spread around a little bit, but Muradin there could have been caught in a really bad situation. Fortunately for him, he was able to get out of there, but a couple of those ultis going to be used to keep him alive, and no Ancestral Healing available on Rhaegar for 80 seconds. That's going to be tough for them going into this Sky Temple. It does look like the Resistance is setting themselves up for this though. Stormbolt now going to connect onto Shardiness. Here comes Milev's Poro with the Power Slide, connecting on no one. No Mosh Pit just yet as he retreats back to hit the safety of his team. Stormbolt now going to connect. Nice! Burst coming out there by all 5 magic missiles actually connecting, and ETC falls. Really unfortunate for him there, and Uta is probably not going to survive this as well. Eventually going to be used Sundering to try and stop the push. Down goes the Kiltas. Uta going to follow. RYL giving chase onto Troll. Stormbolt going to connect as well as the rest of the blue team now pushing in. Stunned by the Tyrande. What is that burst? That was insane. The Hunter's Mark going to be used, and magic missiles coming out from Error. And down he went. With a 40-second respawn timer, I think they're just going to go straight for this core. And they should be able to get it. Abruzzi going straight in. The route is going to be used by Azurai, but he is all alone. He's not going to be able to defend this. And I believe it is going to be GG here, as they do call it out in fact. So GDG9 will take a very commanding 2-0 lead against the Resistance, as they are looking really, really strong so far. But the Resistance will lose this 2-0. And GDG9 will go level on points with Sabun Gaming in Group B. We do have a replay available, so let's check it out and see what happened there. As you can see at this top lane, Milos Por, look at how fast he drops down when all 5 magic missiles just come out, and down he goes with a quarter HP left. He just falls, and because of that, in quick succession, you can see here, Arcane Lab going to be thrown out, so Uther caught in no man's land there. Sundering was used to try and stop it out a little bit, but here in came the Starfall, and down went the kill task along with that Uther. Azura was able to get away, but RYL went straight for the Thrall, and again, look at this burst. Hunter's Mark thrown out, and wow! Guys, that was 3/4 HP to 0 in virtually no seconds at all. Just like that, he got taken down, and that was just insane. As you can see here from the hero damage by Li Meng, 42,000, if only Tychus close enough to him. But that was just insane, and really well played by GDG9, as they will be able to pull and win this series 2-0, bringing themselves again level on points with Sabun Gaming. So congratulations to them. I believe the next matchup is going to be on from the other group. I think it is going to be, hold on, let me check. Relics versus Black Sheep 5, I believe. Renovatio, so Renovatio 1 is going to be playing against Relics. That's going to be an interesting game, guys. We're going to have Relics, the number 2 seeded, and actually one of the best teams in Singapore still as well, going up against Renovatio, the defending champions of the C Regionals. Will they be able to hold on? We just have to wait and watch. So make sure you guys stay tuned, guys, because we'll be right back. Not too sure if they are going to be able to stop this. We do see a Mighty Gust being thrown out along with Artis with the ulti. This could be the turning point for the blue side. Tranquility going to be popped. Nice Void Prism connecting on 2. Down goes the Foul Star. Zeratul going to fall as well, dropping really low. Nice Mosh Pit, catching out 3 there as Troll falling.